good! Beer is good! Beer is good! Let's go drink some beer! 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 Beer!
Hey guys, Tuesday. My second least favorite day of the week. Only outdone by Monday. Okay, well, before the alcohol is involved, which I really don't give a shit about, and you already know that, over on the eBomi channel, I'm going to be looking at some products. Well, one product. A speed loader from 5-Star Firearms. Sent me a bunch of business cards. They make a very classy looking speed loader. And I figured as long as it was already shiny and silver, I would just follow it up by putting the werewolf killers in there. And of course this is for the 454, that's why there's 5 of them in there. It's very nicely made, works well, obviously like a speed loader. So if you're looking for some definite, classy, high-end speed loaders, check out 5-Star Firearms. So as a complete side note, Samantha has a date with a friend tonight, and evidently this friend is either a very cool shooter or not the brightest bulb on the tree, because he actually wants to come in and meet me and Miss Bomi tonight, so these might come in handy. Just kidding. Well, no, not really. And I'm sorry if I had a conversation with somebody. I do not remember having a conversation with anybody, but I received a opener for the spam can today, and whoever, I appreciate it. This I've actually never used one of these, but I'm really hoping this goes much better than the angle grinder. So thank you on that. What are we looking at today? Well, we're looking at Berwick Brewing IPA, or according to Paul, I guess the natives sometimes refer to as Berwick. It does not have any information on here, which is my pet peeve, and Paul. This would be Paul from PA Brew News, but he did inform me that this is a 6.5% by volume, and it is as fresh as I don't want to start anything. Just saying. Being that it's from Paul, and so far the items from him, the first one being frozen solid and thawed back out, was very good, and so was his homebrew. Matter of fact, his homebrew. Let's see, what gave it a 9, and just give it a little bit of a punch of bourbon to it, and I probably would have shot that guy a 10. And trust me when I say, if I didn't like it, you'd know, and so would Paul, and that's just the way it is. But that was awesome, sediment and all, don't care. So, going that it's from Paul, we're just gonna open it with something good, the Enterprise, and it's just a black top. got a little bit left in there. Looks like some good carbonation. Got a finger of head and some bubbles going on top. Yeah, it's nice of me to always give the sick ones in the clan a little extra material. And even that doesn't narrow it down. Okay, so has a nice citrus smell to it. Not really noticing anything else. A little floral. Oh, yeah. So let's drink it. Oh, the boy will be here in about an hour. No, actually, I have more respect for the ones that don't stick their tail between their legs and put it off as long as possible. He just said, so, you know, because Ms. Bomey, of course, was drilling her. It's like, oh, you have a date. It's not a date. It's just two friends going to a movie. Comes downstairs 30 minutes later. Do I look okay? Ms. Bomey's like, yeah, you look just fine for your get-together with your friend. But I guess he called or texted her and said that, maybe he called, and said that I'm going to pick you up between 6 and 6:30, and just want to know if it was, you know, okay to come in and meet your parents. And Sam's like, but I guess he's right off the bat, he's, you know, kissing some butt. He's very, very interested in firearms at this moment in time, doesn't own any, and he does have a job. She met him at Best Buy, which he's loving. And the guys, and for you that I haven't made the comment, originally she was hired just seasonal. The original plan was they'd have her through the Christmas push. Well, in what, 3 weeks, they've already informed her that for sure they're keeping her on. So they had some Black Friday thing where they were obviously they opened up at like midnight, and Sam worked from midnight until like 10 o'clock the following morning, and they were doing the orders for the gaming pack, whatever, some big package that they were selling, and the store had, I think they had a total of 15 of those packages that they could sell, and in the first like 4 hours of being there, Sam had sold 9 of them. So, sorry, there's a funny story that goes with that, because it's always like some people just deserve what they get. She had already sold like 9 of them, and I think had 3 more of the cards or whatever in her pocket, and the one of the other guys that was competing for a full-time position, because he was also seasonal, said, well, since you've already sold so many of them, it's only fair that you give me some to sell. And Sam's like, okay, reached in her pocket and gave him the last 3 just to be nice and keep the peace. Well, evidently the manager of the store had found out what was going on, because it was like turned into a rave that she had sold 9 of these packs, and it's some, I guess something like short of some kind of a record. And the manager somehow he found out that this other guy had the 3 of them, and basically brought the 2 of them together and said, I don't remember what the guy's name is, we'll just say Travis, you know, troublemaker, said, Travis, how many of these packs have you sold so far tonight? And he's just like, well, none. And he's like, how many of these have Sam sold tonight? Well, 9. And it's like, doesn't it make more sense then that Sam have the rest of the certificates, so that, you know, if someone asks, she's all set up and can sell them? So yeah, it didn't get him any bonus points, and the fact that Sam didn't argue and just handed him over, I was proud. You know, she wasn't trying to be trying to be hoarding on them or anything like that, but yeah. It was something like $800 or $900 for the console and one game, and like must have been a year of membership. I think it was the Xbox. I don't think it was the PlayStation 4. Whatever, doesn't matter. Sorry. Let's just do this. Get this over with. No, just kidding. Ooh. We're still in the middle of it. Right off the bat, you get the strong. I'm not sure if someone like my buddy Steve Bush, if he'd like this one or not, because it's kind of almost a 50-50 attack of the pine. And Chuck, I'm not telling you what kind of pine. The pine and the grapefruit. It's kind of a heavy mix of both of them. Maybe leaning a little bit more towards the grapefruit side of it. So it probably puts Steve out of the contention right there. Little floral behind that. Then you get like a shot of some sweetness, like caramel, or I don't think it's honey or anything like that. I think it's kind of a caramel sweetness. And then you get kind of a really nice, that kind of hoppy dry spot in there, followed by the bread, or more of the biscuit side, and then it has a very smooth finish, but what's left behind is a dry, bitter citrus. In a nutshell, you hop freaks, bordering on near punishment, this would be the one for you. Someone just kind of experimenting into the hoppy side of the IPAs. I think this would probably be maybe just a little bit too much. Very, very heavy citrus up front, and lots of the bitter, dry notes in there, but the flavors are exceptional. I like that citrus, and it's a fairly complex. It's almost like you get the citrus right behind that. It's kind of that caramel sweet, like floral. Once again, being that I didn't want to be influenced, I don't know. I'm assuming that they're big enough that they probably get some, like Beer Advocate or something like that. But Paul, I haven't even seen your review on this. Obviously, I'm guessing it's probably good if you sent it to me. Unless you're taking a cue from near a Calfast Prepper where you do one of these. Ugh. Send the rest of them to Eric. Not lately, of course. Lately, all the shit he's been sending me has been like, and it's gone out of the park. So I think you can see them all. Yeah. Right now, as it stands, that's kind of the lineup. I haven't even gone over and taken a look at my own ratings. Obviously, if I'm going to do my top 10, they're all going to be something that scored a 10, or at least very close to it. Oh yeah. We got 6 of them sitting there right now, and I think if it was on a bet, I don't think I could drink those particular 6 in a row without getting into some kind of a world-class one to Birdman thumbs up spins. It's been a long time since I've had the spins. I know I'm not doing it right, but you know, I like to enjoy this. I mean, why the hell would you want to throw up 1050? Just saying. Yeah, I like the complexity to this. The citrus hops, kind of a hit. See, now that particular time, the finish was very biscuity and not really much for dryness. See, some things like this, you just wanna like sit and enjoy, spend some time with some friends, family. I was gonna say it's almost a shame that Ms. Bomey doesn't like beer, but scratch that, man. It's too bad that she doesn't like beer. Be like Greg's Brew Reviews, you know, pours every single one. Half for me and half for the better half, or whatever he says. I've been so busy. I got a whole bunch of stuff from Paul, and Jameson, and Steve I still have to catch up on. Steve, honestly, I feel for you, man. Living in the middle of the Bible Belt, it's like hard to find something that... I think I know what you're going through. When I was working... last time I got to be a sprinkler fitter, working out of town in Hickville, down in the middle of Wisconsin. First of all, there's no such thing as a liquor store. All your convenience stores all had, well, at least there was no 3-2 there. There's just whatever it's going to be, domestic, 4 1/4 or whatever percent, 4.5. But there's no liquor store, so it's like you couldn't go someplace that was specialized in just that. Like me, it's like there's so many of them around here. Like my place that I just recently found, that's just awesome. They not only do they do everything, but the manager is a serious high-end brew guy. So the beer cave is that there's no domestics. There's nothing. Everything in there is going to be, well, I'd not necessarily say it'd score above necessarily above a 5, but it's definitely specialty stuff. There's no Coors or Pabst Blue Ribbon or Budweiser or Busch or any of that shit back in that walk-in cooler. So I'd have to move, and I realize that's, I guess I got 2 prerequisites when it comes to when I finally move. It needs to be a gun-friendly state, and they need to be able to get a hold of shit we're drinking. Yeah, so really like that citrus followed by that sweet, like floral, and then a really nice bitter spot, the bread or the biscuit. And depending on, I guess, what your palate's doing at that moment in time, it's either going to leave you with a very smooth, docile biscuit bread finish, or this time I got more of the of a dry citrus finish. Very good, very good. See, this is where I'm kind of stuck in a catch-22. If I score them all high, it looks like I'm just giving, like, Paul a pass. But this is what Paul does. Paul brews his own shit. And if I score them all high, then he's just going to become like some kind of a like ego demigod. I give the Berwick IPA a 10. It's outstanding for what I like in an IPA, and even though it has a very heavy citrus and that dry spot in there, it's still something that I'd be happy, it'd be awesome to be able to sit and drink these all night long instead of like starting off with something really good and then when you get sick of it because it's like too overpowering, too much, you switch to Bush or whatever your daily drink is. This is literally something that I'd be happy drinking all night. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one, Paul. I don't know what other people rate it. I don't even know how the hell you even rated it, but I love the beers that kind of take you on a little alcohol ride. It's like, here we are, we're this, no, we're kind of that, and then it's like, oh no, we're gonna finish. And I do like the IPAs that are heavy on the bread or the biscuit. And that's what I really like about the global warming, which I am going to be following this up with one of those. Group tightener, in case the boy, it's out of hand. But we don't want to have too many though, because I don't want to waste a Kasul round. It's just not cool. So next, mix it up. Let's throw a seasonal. Let us take a look at Accumulation, a white India Pale Ale, winter seasonal, and this is New Belgium Brewing. I have this was actually a job that I was doing for a friend of mine. I pretty much left every night with some beer, and he had one of these, and I just kind of put it in my pocket, and he's just like, aren't you gonna drink it? And I said, no, I'm gonna review this. So give a percentage, 6.2%, and they do recommend that you serve this fairly cold, actually. 45. It's a good number, 45 ACP. So let's take a look at this tomorrow, Wednesday. And you guys enjoy your Tuesday night. Maybe take a shot at getting this uploaded before the shooting starts. I'm just kidding. It's just a joke. Again, thank you, Paul. That was well, for sure, this is the best thing that I've had from Pennsylvania so far. So, there you go. If you see this and you like the heavier side of IPAs, you'll really like this one. So, you guys have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.